Hi, let's talk about sex. That's always fun, isn't it? Sometimes I talk about sex and people get uncomfortable, but I think it's very important to know that a sexual person is a healthy person. If you're not healthy, what's the last thing you feel like doing, right? Yeah. And so often as women get older and they decline in hormones, which is a sign of poor health, they lose total interest in sex. Now, it's very understandable because without hormones, and hormones are sex hormones, estrogen, progesterone, testosterone. Without sex hormones, a woman can't feel sex. She can do it because of our anatomy, but she can't feel it. She can't participate, so therefore, she's not really very interested. And most women reach middle age and think, well, that's that, it's over. And they all convince themselves they don't miss it at all. Oh, good, that's no longer happening. Think back. Think back when you were young. Think back when you first met the love of your life. Think about what that first night was. Think about how great it was. I know with Alan and I, it was just something that was just so unbelievable that has never gone away. It's one of the greatest parts of how we interact and work things out. It's just a great part of our life. But I started losing my libido around age 50, and I kind of lost it for about 3 years, and I really didn't enjoy it. But I just didn't feel like it. I did it, but I didn't feel like it. Why? Because by the time I found a qualified doctor who understood about bioidentical hormone replacement therapy, I had virtually no progesterone and I had virtually no estrogen left. In fact, when this doctor who was qualified looked at my blood work, she said, "Oh, you poor thing." And I said, "What?" She said, "You must feel terrible." I said, "I feel terrible." I said, "I feel so terrible. I have days when I think I'd rather not be on this planet. And I'm an upbeat, positive person. I love every day. I'm happy every day." So hormones affect your moods. Hormones affect your libido and your desire. As she started filling the tank, as I call it, she did a blood panel on me. She saw where my levels were. She started me slow. She said, "I can't give you everything you want today." I said, "Why?" She said, "Because you can't play around with hormones. They're about just right, not too much, not too little." She said, "I have to dose you up slowly or you literally could go crazy." Okay. So she said, "But you're going to start feeling better right away." So within 2 weeks, I was sleeping a little better. My mood was a little better. I had an inkling of libido, but not much. So I called her after a couple of weeks and gave her a report. Okay, she said, "We're ready to dose you up again." She dosed me up again. Wow, 2 weeks later I was feeling a little better than I felt the first 2 weeks, and so on and so on. It took me, because I had so drained out, a full year to reach what I call the sweet spot, where everything was back in balance again. In fact, I think when I finally found the sweet spot with hormone replacement, I think I felt better than I've ever felt in my whole life. And it makes me wonder, with all the stress of my childhood, I've written extensively about my childhood and the alcoholism and all of that, of my father's, not mine, that I probably was blunting hormones from the time I was making them. I have never looked back. I've been on hormone replacement now for over 20 years. Maybe too much information, but I have a rockin' libido. And I believe that keeps me young and vibrant and juicy and upbeat and happy, and I look forward to every day. I love to get dressed up and go out with my husband and have a tequila and kiss all the way home. I mean, we get to have a life again that most women my age think is just not possible. So if your libido's gone, it's time to look at your hormones and go to a qualified doctor. And the qualified doctors are at foreverhealth.com. They understand. These are real doctors who have gone back to school, stepped out of the orthodox standard of care box to learn about this new subject of hormone replacement that they never taught and still to this day don't teach in medical school, because they still think that we're all going to die at 65, and that's not the case anymore. So if you want quality of life, and a rockin' libido is quality of life, go to foreverhealth.com, get your hormones right, and get your libido back, and get your life back. Hope this helps.